Hey chatling, I'm sure you've already followed my tutorial on how to convert your boyfriend into a catgirl, so now we're gonna further that learning journey, and I'm going to rank different foods that you can feed to your boyfriend that is now a catgirl, if you have properly followed my instructions. I'm excited. Okay, first up we have sushi. Now I'm incredibly biased on this one because, as many of you already know, I love sushi, and I have it every single day. And not only is it delicious, but it's also a normal food. And given the other options on this list, you'll see this is pretty good. It's nice and edible, it's delicious, it's widely enjoyed. This is going comfortably into A tier. It can also be nutritious depending on what type of sushi you have. I think your catgirl boyfriend is going to enjoy this. Moving on, we have catnip. Now, this can be enjoyable, however, you don't want to abuse it, right? You don't want to give too much catnip to your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you know, whatever labels he has become comfortable with on your journey of force-sending him into a catgirl. So you just want to be mindful of how much catnip you're giving him. I'm gonna put this one in C tier because you really have to use it in moderation. It could be used as a reward system, maybe. Can you see now? You can see now. Moving on, we have Monster Energy. Now this is good if there are tasks that he needs to complete. Let's say he has homework, he has work, he has something that requires mental energy, right? This is good because it gives a healthy dose of caffeine. And when I say healthy, I mean terribly unhealthy. So you also want to be mindful about his consumption of Monster Energy. This is gonna go into C tier as well. Also, I've never had Monster before, so I'm not really qualified to even speak on this. But from what I understand, it's not healthy at all. However, that being said, I'm a caffeine addict. Anything that contains caffeine, I will empathize with. I keep forgetting to scroll, bro. Okay. Moving on, we have birds, like actual birds. So this one really depends on the cat-like skills of your boyfriend. Is he capable of going outside and catching a bird and consuming it for a meal? This may not be feasible if neither of you are agile, neither of you are interested in capturing a bird for consumption. However, if you manage to do this, it is very immersive in terms of really becoming a cat, because as you know, cats do sometimes hunt birds to eat them. So this one is maximum immersion, but also breaking Ohio news. Skibbity ginger cat girl with nose piercing escaped from the grasps of the US government. Report to the Department of State Validity. Dev, immediately, as soon as possible. Thank you for your cooperation. What the fuck? Okay, moving on. Maximum immersion, but also maximum effort. It's going in B tier. Moving on, we have salmon. Salmon kinda hits, I'm not gonna lie. I like salmon a lot. It's delicious, it's nutritious. I didn't mean to rhyme, I hate rhyming by accident. It's going in, wait, is it S tier? I think it might be S tier because it's fish, you know, you got the whole cat thing going on. But simultaneously, it's also like good, nutritious food that people would eat anyway, right? And it tastes decent, you can have it with rice. That's an S tier, we got our first S tier. Okay, moving on, milk. Milk is a really solid option. Now, I wouldn't say it's amazing, it doesn't really speak to my heart, but it's just fine. I'd say this is a solid... Where did it go? Hello? I'd say this is a solid B tier. It's not amazing, but cats like milk, right? If I recall correctly, they are more lactose intolerant as babies, and then when they grow up, they become less lactose intolerant. So milk is enjoyed by cats. You could call it somewhat immersive for the catgirl experience. However, it's just kind of dull, it's kind of boring. It's not the most interesting consumable item out there. B tier. However, if your catgirl boyfriend has a goal of building muscle, this is a good one. Same with salmon actually, because of the high protein content, keep in mind. Next up we have ramen. I love ramen. Ramen is fire. This is biased. I'm giving it an A tier. What does this have to do with being a catgirl? No idea, but it's fire. I would eat ramen every day if I could. A tier. Next up we have caviar. Caviar is actually gross, I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry at all. Nasty. Now, do cats even eat caviar? I don't know. I've never had a cat before, and I've also never consumed like half the foods on this list. Missing Ohio catgirl seen terrorizing Portland in search of cat food. Citizens beware. This is propaganda, okay? Alright, so I may be a catgirl, but I'm not terrorizing Portland, alright? I buy my cat food legally. I obtain all of my consumable items in a manner that is completely law-abiding, okay? Let's get one thing very clear. I don't know what Kira's talking about. Caviar is gonna go into D tier because it's gross. I don't like caviar. Next up, we have actual cat food, like the little pellets that they eat. This is going into F tier. If the average cat food is anything like the average dog food, it's fucking disgusting. Like, barely edible slop. Isn't it true that they use absolutely atrocious ingredients in the majority of dog food? And I would assume it's the same for cat food. So unless you're getting that bougie shit, this is not nutritious, and you should not be giving it to your cat girl boyfriend. F tier. Next up, we have quail eggs. Now, this could be good as an enrichment activity. Have you ever seen those ASMR videos where it's like the rubber enrichment board and then they put the cat food in it and it's all fancy and they have different types of food, and then they'll put like an actual quail egg and they'll just like crack it into it and they're super satisfying. Anyway, holy tangent. Like, that is the type of thing that I want to do for my... I'm torn because I have like 3 different labels I want to use. Boyfriend, girlfriend, cat girl. My dev. See, that's what I would want to do for my dev. I would want to prepare one of those boards. In fact, let me show it to you. Here's one that's high-key boring, but you can see how it works, right? You put the food in it, and it's a slow feeder, I think it's called, and it forces them to eat a bit more slowly, and it also provides for some enrichment activities. This is a great idea for your boyfriend if you haven't implemented it already. Wonderful for mental stimulation, and for slowing down the eating process in case he tends to hork it down too quickly. I just got reminded because I've seen quail eggs in those videos. Anyway, B tier. Very interesting, very peculiar, but to me, the idea of eating quail eggs seems gross. So, B tier. Next, we have mice. This is pretty gross. I'm a cat girl, and I would not like to pursue the hunting of mice for consumption. Not even the hunting of mice, period. That just does not sound like an enjoyable activity. I'm gonna put it in D- tier. I won't put it in F tier. It's not as atrocious as the bottom of the barrel, you know? What did I put in F tier already? Cat food. No. It's not as atrocious as cat food. I'd probably rather eat rat than eat cat food. But it's still... It's a mouse, you know? Like, it's not doing it for me. D tier. I would say the thing that brings it out of F tier is being nice and enriching, because you have to actually catch the mouse, right? But simultaneously, that's not something that I would want to do. And I wouldn't want to force my boyfriend to do that either, so it's going in D tier. Lastly, we have pizza with half pepperoni and half Nutella. I would say this is a solid option. It might not be the healthiest thing in the world, but it looks absolutely delicious. And your boyfriend deserves to enjoy a meal once in a while, so this looks delicious. You should consider it for him. Hello, it's Keewi from the future. My dumbass was editing this video and I realized I forgot to give this a specific ranking. So this is going to be resting comfortably in S tier. I'm sure you can see why. Not only is it delicious, but it's also really fulfilling, really enriching, right? Because you got so much going on with the Nutella and the pepperoni. And you know, there's even a banana in the corner. So this really gives you a lot to work with. You can really get creative with this one. S tier. Thank you for joining me, twin. Make sure to follow my Twitch because I feel like my YouTube channel is going to get taken down at any moment due to violations of the terms of service. And I would like to not have my presence on the internet be totally eradicated. Be kind to yourself, take care of yourself, okay? Okay. Bye, twin. Mwah.